Hello everybody, welcome to Ingenious YT YouTube channel. Today we'll talk about create virtual machine skill set as a build agent using Azure DevOps. My name is Abhishek Matre. In this small video, we'll discuss about how to create a virtual machine skill set in Azure portal. After that, we'll go to Azure DevOps and create the agent pool there. Once the agent pool is ready, we'll check the behavior using creation of the jobs, and finally we'll get the reflection, means how does it behave on Azure portal, right? I'm available on Twitter at the rate Abhimetre is my Twitter handle. Let's get started. So I'm sure you must have the subscription on Azure portal and Azure DevOps as well. So I have already logged in my credentials, and now I'm going to create a virtual machine skill set. I'm using this top bar where I will write VMSS like virtual machine skill set. Click on this. I would go and create the virtual machine skill set here. It would basically take me to the blade where there are various number of parameters would ask, and we have to answer all these mandatory questions first. So it has automatically taken my subscription, and though I have a various number of resource group, but for this matter I would create new one, VMSS RG for example. Okay, I'll be giving virtual machine skill set name VMSS for uh, DevOps probably. Yes, it's available. Location, let it be as it is. I'm not choosing any availability zone. Orchestration we can leave for now. This is the very absolutely the new feature now. Okay, so I'm taking Ubuntu server the default image, otherwise, or else if you can choose any other image as per your choice, but I'm going with the default settings. Right, the size is B2S and 2 with the 2 CV CPUs and 4 GB. That's fine to me. Otherwise, if you wanted to go with the advanced level of size, you can choose this one, standard D2V3. But again, you have to consider about the cost, how much cost it would basically affect your pocket, right? Okay, going ahead, in the administrator section, there are two options of authentication type. Either you can directly use the password, or you may go and set the SSH public key. Remember, because we are using Ubuntu service server, so SSH key is the default setting generally suggested by Microsoft itself, and the username this is given you Azure user, and get generate new key pair as a SSH key source, but you have to pass the key pair name. I have given VMSS for DevOps underscore key. This is the name I have given, and once this is done, I can move to the next blade, which is disk. I have chosen the default settings. I'm not making any changes. Certainly, you can also add the additional disks if you want, but that totally depends on your need and your requirement. Next is the networking. I'm also not making any certain change. By default, it is suggesting me to create a new virtual network because the virtual machines has to be provisioned inside the virtual network. If you have any existing one, you can choose out of here. Otherwise, it will automatically create a new one, and there is a network interface card would be attached by default, so need not to be worried about it. Yes, you can consider one factor, which is the default subnet settings, the cider block. So currently it has chosen under slash 16, which is very big range indeed, but because I'll be deleting this resource after completion, so I don't mind. Okay, so you may choose as per your choice. Scaling, I'm current initially it has given me the two different count of the instances of virtual machines, so that's fine to me. I'm minimum of two has to be written, but that would be really be managed by the Azure DevOps pipeline. Okay, so need not to be worried about here. Scaling policy is manual or custom. Manual is the preferred one. Okay, and scaling policy, if you have any specific scaling policy, you can write it down. We have certain options here like default, newest, and the oldest VM, so go with the default one. Management also, not be worried much about this management policies and all. uh, right, okay, going to health, same here, go with the default settings. Go with the default settings in advanced as well. But here you can just think about the default domain count is 5, that the default setting kind of. If you want, you can reset any other value. Okay, right. Going next to tag, leave the text blank and go to review and create. Now it will check for the validation whether I have put down the required values correctly or not. Yes, my validation is passed, so I am going to create this now. Now you must remember one thing: you have chosen uh, image of Linux, and you must also remember the SSH key. It has asked code. We have given a specific name to the SSH key. So based on that settings, it would ask you to download the private key for future use. Just go and click on this. So it will download the private key in your local system. It's there. It's downloading. Fine. We can move forward. And it started submitting the deployment. It will take some time. Meantime, it provisions everything. We should stop the video here, and I'll come back shortly once it is done. Right. During the deployment, you see that there are certain number of the resources have started provisioning, and you can get the details. Like for example, NIC is created. You can go to the operations detail and get how much time in within 10 seconds it has provisioned this resource NIC. And for the VNet, you can check how much time within 9 seconds it has provisioned the uh, virtual network as well. But it is taking little time to create the virtual machine scale sets. And let's see how much time. Oh yeah, great. So my deployment is succeeded, and within 48 seconds it created all the required resources. So I just clicked on the virtual machine scale set which I recently created, and see these are the settings. Now what you need to do is you need to go to the instance. This one, go here, choose this, and we have to consider about the scaling as well. Let's see what they answer. Okay, so going to instances. Currently, as we have mentioned clearly in our provisioning time, there are two instances created. uh, Currently one is updating and running, and other one is already ready, succeeded. So it is in the background, process is on. If we go to the scaling, that is the point where we have set the manual scale. And you remember we have set the instance count is 2. If it would have been 3, 4, whatever, so the instances would be created accordingly. So it is still in the process, and it would be created shortly. So meantime, what we can do is our this much of work is done on the portal. Now we can switch on the Azure DevOps. So in the Azure DevOps, I have my one organization ready, uh, called a B Matre, and this one, and the project. I mean, there has to be some project on which you will run the build pipeline, right? So let's see how this would perform further. Now we have to go to the particular project inside the organization. Go to this project, and we have at the bottom we have project settings. Click on the project settings. We have various number of operations to do, but we have to consider about the agent pools. Click on this. By default, we have the two different kind of agent pools, which is Azure pipeline and the default one. But our purpose is different. Our purpose is to create our own virtual machine scale set, where we'll create our own agent pool. Okay, so go to add pool, create a new one. First of all, you have to select the agent pool nature, the type. So self-hosted, we are not going with the self-hosted, we are going with the Azure virtual machine scale set. Click on this, and it will ask for the subscription. You have to pass your subscription. Now drop down would have your subscription available. Probably if you are going to provision it very first time, it may take couple of seconds to get this drop down populated. Don't worry about it because I have done this exercise earlier, so it is giving me very quickly. Click on this and virtual machine skill set. If you have provisioned any virtual machine skill set in the portal, it will automatically be populated here. For example, I have created that one. Yes, it's available there. Click on this, right? And after that, you have to give a name to your agent pool. So I may probably give VMSS uh, pool DevOps, any name, right? Description, that's very much optional. And the pool options, yes, we have to consider this thing. So automatically tear down virtual machine after every use. I think this is the good option. We should click on this. Otherwise, what would happen? Your machines would be provisioned and it will not be automatically managed or deleted. You have to do that exercise manually if you do not click on this. So that's a very good option. You must click it on. Maximum number of virtual machines. Now you have to decide how many virtual machines would be enough for your entire build and build purpose. So I think I may go with 5. 5 is more than enough for me because it's a small demo. And number of agents to keep standby, I don't want any number which will keep my agents always busy. So delay in minutes before deleting access idle agent. Okay, fine. So it will wait until 30 minutes before deleting any idle resource. So I don't mind. As soon as it is free, it should be deleted. That's it. I have given 0. And the same permission would be given to the all remaining other pipelines if any other pipeline is using the same agent pool. Okay, create on it. Now it will create. Have I done correctly? Yes, it is created now. Go there. You will find no jobs have to be run on this pool because it's a very fresh one. Go to agents. No agents had been connected on this. Go to settings now. You will get all the settings what you have earlier provisioned here itself, right? You can just cross check. Now what we need to do is to go to the portal and check. Still it is updating. Just go and refresh this. Oh, both machines are ready, up and running. So they may take the challenge, but one thing has to be noticed here in this case. That thing is the at the last, if I'll drag something, scroll something here, the last option is latest model. Don't forget about it until you just update it, upgrade it. They won't be appearing in the agents here. Otherwise, as soon as you provision that, if they are ready, they should be appeared somewhere here. But what we have to do is, what we can do is we can select our both the machines and just upgrade it on and say yes. Okay, so let it be upgraded. It may take couple of seconds. So meantime it is upgrading. Let's go back to Azure portal, DevOps portal, and just try to go to some another option and come back to agent pools and click on this once again. It is a kind of refresh activity. Let's see, it has come. No. So this exercise would probably take a couple of seconds. So we'll come back once it is done. Now the update process has been done, upgrade has been done for both the machines. Now I assume these two machines must be visible on the Azure DevOps portal. Click on this. Yes, both the machines have now been visible here, and currently the state is idle because though no job has been given to these skill sets. If they will idle for long time, the automatic background script would start running and it will, you remember we selected one option that is to delete the idle state machines, right? So it will automatically be deleted. What is the next step to do is, now we have to go to the project or this project VMSS DevOps pool, and we can go to pipeline. Inside this pipeline, create a very new pipeline. Uh, we can go to the Azure YAML file and this thing, because my this project is based on Azure sorry .NET Core language, so I can opt either this or maybe I can go with the startup pipeline. So by default, it will provide you the very simplest YAML file. What I can do is I can just omit this. I can just delete it completely, or delete it, or I can write my own um, pipeline. So what we can do is I have created one small pipeline. Copy this and maybe paste it here, right? So that is if you do have your pipeline YAML pipeline ready, you can just copy and paste. Only one difference you would find is inside the pool generally we have image. You remember? Sorry, tab, and I say image. By default, it should give you the image. That there is some syntax related, and go there. No, uh, image. Kind of. I mean, I'm forgetting the syntax anyway. But image is given there. Besides of image, what we have to do is we have to use the name property with the VMSS agents. And what is that VMSS agent is? You can pass any name for this VMSS agent. And ideally, because we have this agent name already defined, so we must take that agent name. Okay. So I just replaced the agent name is VMSS pool DevOps. We have given the same name to our pools inside the project settings. Okay. Now I have created intentionally the 4 different jobs besides of 2, so that the 4 different operations would run in parallel, and they will create the phone number of jobs and phone number of machines. For each job, the one machine would be created. Okay. Going and save and run, it will ask for the commit message. You can pass any message and just simply give and save and run. So once you created, it is creating the pipeline, and you see there are 4 number of jobs started and they are queued. Honestly, this process will take some time, and probably it will allow you to wait for few of the minutes. And let's see, once these things is started, I'll come back to you. So the interesting fact I would like to share with you, currently there are 4 different jobs we have created, and each job is now into the queued mode. So I recently clicked on any of the jobs and still I did not find any job has started. The agent is, see the message, the agent request is not running because all potential agents are running other requests. Okay, so as I said, this process may take time. Meantime, what we can do is we can just go to the Azure portal and check the status of our virtual machines. So all right, you remember we had 2 different machines created, and as soon as it is refreshed, see this, they first deleted because of the Azure portal has started the job in the background. Let me click on this once again. Nothing has happened. It means the script has started running, and you see the other machines have started, have been created. Okay, the create, it is currently in the starting and running state. So it means something is happening in the background, so we have to wait for that. Let's see, go back to the Azure DevOps portal and just refresh this 1 or 2 times. Let me come back once this process would start. After some time, when I refreshed this portal, I found there were 2 jobs, like third job and fourth job have started first, besides of first job and second job, because this is completely random process. So 2 machines have been, should have been provisioned. let's see, go back to the VMSS main portal. Yes, the earlier, you remember, we have the different status, like currently running, something like currently provisioning and something. Now it is the process is succeeded and two machines have been ready. uh, the same way, I'm expecting the two other machines would be ready soon. So we have to just go there and just try to check the status. This process probably take more time, but that is sure, like two process have been successfully completed and remaining two are taking time. So let me come back once again once it is done. I got the other status. The other two machines are started provisioning. So once these machines would be ready, my pool would be successfully run. So currently it is showing the agent request is running because of the all potential agents are running other requests, just because the machines were not ready. Now the status has been changed. Earlier only two machines, now two other machines are into creating stage. So once they are done, and we can see the latest updated status here. Once again, they would also be in the green tick. Coming back to you shortly. The third machine is also ready. Now only one left. Let's see the status there. Yes, so only one is left. This is also into the provision state. Probably it would be completed very soon. All four machines are now provisioned, and all four, let me refresh this, all four machines are ready and all four build jobs have run successfully. So that is all about this virtual machine skill set demonstration. Only one thing is left, which is deletion of this these number of virtual machines once they are in the idle state for long. So this process may take further some time, so I can't hold this video for too long for you. So trust me, that would be deleted automatically once it will find the status idle for long time. Okay, on the need basis, I can get this separate clip for you. And really apologies about the waiting and so many number of time I had to say stay back, and I'll be back, just because the process is long. I can't wait you people for a long time on this video. So thank you very much for this video, and if you have any questions, you can come back to me any moment at my Twitter handle, as I said in the initial conversation, or else you can write down the comments in the drop down in the comment section. Okay, I'll be waiting for your all the lovely comments. Thank you very much.